Welcome everyone to our spoiler-free and spoiler review of the seventh season of the Dragon Prince. Me and Ari are going to be reviewing it, and we both thought it was absolute shit. It was horrible.
Absolute shite.
It was genuinely horrible. I hated almost every second of watching it. And that's so surprising because season six was like the best season of the show as of yet. I'm like, oh my god, they finally figured out how to make a genuinely great season. Because season one, two, and three were all good. They didn't really get the great yet. Season four was absolute shit. Season five was more on the quality level of season one, two, and three, but a little bit less than those two. Season six was like a great, genuinely great season of television, and then they go ahead and poop out this shit from the bottom of their heart. They were just like, "Yep, this is the best we can do.
Of
It's fine.
course, they
It's
pooped
fine."
it out from the bottom of their heart. Where else would they poop it out from? Uh,
God damn it, Nadia. Our viewers don't want body humor.
don't they? I'm sure my alt account loves it.
All five of
Shout out.
them.
Y'all.
But
I was
yeah,
hoping to hide the other four.
let's just go into a bit of the more like general complaints instead of it was just absolutely horrible. For example,
Yeah,
one of the main problems with this season was just that it was way too rushed because season six I think was like almost perfectly paced.
yeah.
Well, they forgot how to do that.
Yippee!
There are so many things that I would have changed if I were them, but like they just focused way too much on like some minor ass side characters who showed up for two episodes previously, and then and like so many of the scenes did not like okay. The beginning, like the first five episodes of the series, are just genuinely like the first three to four episodes are like genuinely some of the worst written pieces of media I've ever watched in my life. Like every second line sent me. The tone of the city is just completely inconsistent. It's just like 1 second they're grieving, and then 5 seconds later they make the worst joke in the history of mankind. It's like what people pretend the MCU is. Well, it might be. I haven't watched the Marvel thing in a while now, actually, and it's just so horrible. Like it breaks the tone so completely.
All right. So the only thing I can compare this with is Borderlands, because that Borderlands 3, to be specific, because that was one of the worst pieces of storytelling thing I've seen in recent years. That's because like there is this one scene where like a character was a fan favorite. Wait, we're okay with spoiling Borderlands 3, right? Yeah. So a character who was a fan favorite, it bites the dust, and like the fandom was absolutely pissed at this, but in the actual game, they cry over it for like a second, and then this creepy lady's just making jokes. I mean, like what the hell? What the hell? I mean, I get we're a bunch of murdering space looters and shit, but have some empathy.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's my complaint with that. Like it, it doesn't give enough gravity to moments that had potential for a lot of emotion, but it gives way too much time to moments that just feel blank. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like I said, the first four episodes are like genuinely some of the worst written things I've ever watched in my life. But the last couple of episodes, like the big climax or whatever, have some pretty good concepts. I think the execution was completely off base, and I don't think it's just because like it's problems that stem directly from the season. It's more like problems that have slowly been like accumulating over the past six seasons of the show, and then finally it comes to a head with this one, in which like you could ignore the problems in the previous seasons, but in this one they just like punch you in the face with it. So that was
And I mean, especially because this is supposed to be like the last season, and before
it was
that's
going to be. Now there's
yeah.
whatever.
Now there's gonna be like three more seasons. and there's going to
Yeah,
be like a time skip over there.
on
But this was
Twitter they're
supposed to
just
be like
campaigning. Renew the Dragon Prince again, and I'm not even sure if I want to watch anything after this because of just how bad this was. I don't think there's any hope for the show going forward.
like I mean, unless they fix the glaring pacing issues and the holes in the storyline, it yeah. It,
Sorry for interrupting you.
don't worry about it. I forgot what I was going to say anyway.
But yeah, it was super disappointing because after season 6, I was thinking, shit, oh god, the ending is gonna be so good. Like again, the concepts were sometimes really good. Like the concepts of the character arcs, the concepts of what happens in the actual season could have been handled really well, but they weren't, and that's the problem. And if it was just if maybe it's a byproduct of them just like releasing this the same year as season 6, but also the voice acting and the animation took like, especially the voice acting. Actually, I think the animation was fine at the later parts of the season, but like the voice acting took such a big tumble by the end of this. It was some lines were just delivered in the weirdest way possible. It actively made me go like, yeah. Mhm.
Oh,
Uh, so those are like that's also like so many characters just acted completely out of character in my opinion. It pained me. It really pained me.
and I feel like another thing with this season was like in season 6 they went really into the nitty gritty of shit. Like they went into this really dark, into really dark subjects, all that shit. But in season 7 it tries to be all cheery and happy and insert that audio over there. Yeah. So I mean it's I was expecting something even more serious, something like oh
Actually, considering no, spoilers for season 6.
oh my
Bleep that out.
god. Fine.
Poor Adi has to edit so much.
Well, at least I don't have to edit an hour of Bhargav swearing at me, so
Oh my god.
yeah.
You did like last episode, right?
Yeah. There's like one portion where he's like it's 10 seconds long. I had to use the entire sentence. But
Yeah,
yeah, I
but
mean
I,
so it got into like so it just didn't feel as serious as the previous seasons. It just felt like all right, we're on vacation now. Like even in the later parts of the season, it was never as serious as season 6 got.
yeah.
That's in my personal opinion, of course.
So we already did like a tier list of the first 6 seasons. So I would put this at the lowest, not because it's the worst season per se. I'd say that probably is season 4. Still, I'll have to do a rewatch to really validate that. But I think it's the worst just because of the expectations. I'd say that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just like the multiples of 3 that are really good seasons. Like 3, 6 were just like masterpieces. And now we won't get like a really good season until season 9.
Oh
And then
my
season 10
god.
is just going to be absolute shit.
Let's hope not. Let's hope not. Yeah,
Yeah, I guess we should get into spoilers now. Basically,
we
we're thinking
should.
whether or not to watch this season. I say maybe do it just to formulate your own opinions on it. But
If you
especially if you're
haven't
already
watched
a
this
big fan of
season,
the series.
we're cutting it off over here. So after the spoiler
We'll
territory.
just if you just don't care about spoilers, which is fair considering how bad this season was. I wouldn't care about spoilers either if I knew beforehand how bad it was. Uh, then just keep watching, or if you've already watched the season. But basically, it was ass. Uh, 3, 2, 1. Okay, Zim can talk. Zim is Zuko. Zim is Adi just put up like a picture of Zim and then Zuko right next to him. Zim is
That, that,
Zuko. I don't know how to
that's the
feel
first
about
thing you
this.
wanted to cover. That's the first thing you want to cover.
I know
The,
it's
the
just
little
because
guy
like
can
that's the
talk
most
now.
like I have no idea what to think about it. It's like I love Dante Pascal, I love Zuko. I don't know what to think about this.
It's like the most jarring thing ever. He just like talks out of nowhere. He's just like, "Hey," I'm like, "What the hell?"
Yeah, I can talk now. That's the worst Zuko impression ever. But like the second I saw that, I was like, "Is that Zuko?" It's like I watched Avatar the last episode for the first time this year. I loved it. It's a much better show than this one.
Um,
Go
I
watch
I
that if you haven't. But like,
I
yeah.
I
Mm.
I was just like shocked beyond belief. Like, why is that dragon talking?
I was shocked, but with like the extra element of Zuko.
Oh my god, the talking dragon is Zuko.
So now we're just gonna
Multiverse
get up.
shit.
So first, I'm just gonna say some stuff that I do not care about. Like it's like I don't have strong emotions on it. The king is the bird.
I,
The king. I joked about that at the beginning of season one, like when Viren was playing around with it, just like haha. Now you see what's happening. I'm like, is the king the bird or something? Did the body swap? And now I'm watching and I'm like,
the king is the bird. Yeah.
the king is the bird. And
I I
that
I
was
I didn't even know any of this. I thought like this.
oh,
I
and then I
thought Viren
immediately
had like
found out
great
that it was a
arrow or
big
some
old
shit.
fan theory. It was like a big fan theory, and I was like, huh? And then when I watched it, I'm like, there's no way that's coming true. And then he squawked, and I'm like, oh my god, it came true.
I was actually hoping at the end it shows some sign of like Viren betraying Harrow, but no, it's a bird. I'm just like, what the hell? Because I haven't like I just watch this show for kicks. I don't go into the fandom and shit. It's so I had no idea about the bird theory. So I'm just like, what the hell?
I'm not really that integrated with the fandom either. Uh, they seem like chill dudes. Hi, Dragon, this fandom if you're watching this.
Oh yeah.
But like, Jesus Christ. Uh, I did not think that would come true. I'm imagining back in season one, like the guy who plays Harrow has such a regal voice. He's just doing, and then at the end of the thing, they're like, hey, hey, yeah, hi. Can you squawk into the mic, please? What?
can you can you squawk into the mic, please?
Or they like brought him on for season seven specifically, and it's like, hi, so okay, I can't wait to see the script. Oh, that's not necessary. You don't have any lines. What? You don't have
All
any
right,
lines.
you have two words.
So have you ever
Bird
met a
noise.
bird?
Bird noise.
Bird noise. Uh, but yeah, that those are like the things I'm mixed on. I don't care for. What do you think was absolute shit about the season? Because there's a lot.
Yeah, it's tough to pick. Like, firstly, I'm gonna talk about the everything dying scene. Like, it doesn't make sense. No part of it makes sense. That
None of
like,
it even hit me emotionally. It's just like, okay, it focused way too much on characters that I do not give a shit about. It's like Zubea, freaking what's the arch dragon name?
Rex Igneous.
Rex Igneous, uh, Thunder, Avizandum, I think is his name,
Yeah,
and then
Amazon.
Luna, and then wait, no, not Luna. What was the water arch dragon's name? Yeah, see,
Shit,
that's
I
how
forgot.
forgettable they are. That's
You
how
see,
forgettable they are. It's
that's
just
what
like
I'm saying.
I feel like Lunatic, like whatever the moon one was, no one freaking knows her. Then like Zubea, we've barely had any scenes with her. Rex Ignius, we had 2 episodes with him. Thunder wasn't even alive during the events of the series. So why am I supposed to give a shit? I'm not gonna lie. The scene where we realized that it was Thunder, the dragon that dude had awoken, I was like actually like pretty hyped because oh wait, that's cool. And then that oh that happened. So and it's like the big emotional payoff of the thing. It's just oh look at that. And like okay, Callum Callum finally like giving up the dark magic is just it. I don't think everything with dark magic was set up well enough because
Yeah.
okay. from the beginning of the series, there have been some instances just kind of leading up to this because at first there's him using the dark magic to save the dragon. Then there's him, like season four, there's him being taken over by Arvos. Season five, obviously, there was the big moment in season five where um, where he freed himself using dark magic, and that was so that hit hard. Not gonna lie,
Yeah.
it that was great scene. Season six, then he just cleanses himself of it. Now season seven, I'm supposed to give a shit again. Like, he's just suddenly like, oh, I'm gonna and like, I don't. I think this is where like the world building of the show kind of falls for me
Dolls. Yeah.
because it's like not enough was explained about dark magic for me to give a shit that he's using it. It's just like Adivos can take him over, but he could have done that at any point in season five and season six, but he didn't. And it's like there was one scene of Adivos taking him over, and that was in season four, and that's the only instance of it happening to anyone that I can think of. Why didn't he do it? He could have done it to literally anyone. You could have struck in us some fear, like he could have done some harm to like Rayla or something. That's and no, there's nothing that set up his arc at the end of this season. And like when that alternate Callum showed up, I still don't understand what he
Mhm.
was. Was he a figment of his mind? Was he just like, is that what they meant by cleansing him of dark magic? I don't know,
Like they
but
just make
like
a goddamn clone of him.
and they just like okay dark magic leave this dude enter that dude so
Enter that.
but like that was just like oh and that didn't hit at all it's just like oh also like dark magic Callum was so smiley he seemed happy he was just like hey Callum what's up use
Uh,
dark magic please so
please, thank
that
you.
I still don't even see the need for that scene. It's just the setup. Oh, he took the coin. Oh, he feels bad about using dark magic, but like the weight of the scene where he confronts him was just like it felt like a casual conversation between one guy who's all cheerful and happy and one other guy who just kind of dislikes the other guy. So it's just like it's not
Like
like you my loathsome copy. It's more like oh, it's that guy again. God damn it.
it's that guy, the guy who shows up in my sleep. Screw you. Yeah, no, that's not fun. Anyway, like my main problem with this uh, is like the main villain isn't portrayed well enough. Like I mean, Arrowverse is supposed to be this big bad. You know what I mean? In people are scared of him, like ooh, Arrowverse, ooh, but that
And
and
he's joking. He's just goofing around with Claudia, and then he gets taken down by someone tripping him with a chain.
like I mean, I'm okay with all of that shit, but my problem, like, it's okay to have a villain's lows, but I mean, you gotta highlight their highs too. Like, I mean, the only part where I felt like Arvos was an adequate villain was the part where he like summoned Avazandum. Then I was like, oh shit, yeah, now there's a chance this guy can win, and now there's gonna be some real action. Then Avazandum like, nope, I'm alive now. I'm doing shit now. I was like, what the hell? They just don't highlight how powerful he is. They make him seem like this big bad, like oh I'll be back in 7 years, you assholes. But no,
Arvos has like gradually been like decreasing in like how threatening he is. Like season one is just like, oh, who's the hot elf guy? Then season two is just like, what is this? And then he starts talking, and you're like, oh. And then like season three, he seems like so mysterious. Hence, the mystery of Arvos. But
god damn you.
he already has. But then,
But
but like then, and then like season four, he's just like he finally does something. He like imposes his control. What else happened in season four and five? God damn it! But and then season six, he's back. He's finally back. Oh my god! And then season
and
seven, he's just like,
and I mean you think that some guy who can like do all these powerful rituals or like at least oversee them and like the ritual of bring back Akvirin and all that shit. He would be able to do some good shit, but no, he just stands there awkwardly. He's about as useful as a brawler. Like that's the only thing I can describe him as he does that one bird thing, but then after that he literally doesn't do anything offensive. He doesn't punch anybody, he doesn't kill anybody, it doesn't make sense. You build up all this hype for a character, you build up all this fear for him, but then he doesn't do anything fearful. He just kind of rants, and then he turns the sun black.
Oh my god! And then like the worst part is just like at the end of the season, he's just like, "No, I will not watch another daughter die." And it's like, you're calling Claudia your daughter? My man, you barely know her. You just joked around with her a little in this season. Most of the time, you've been joking with Viren. If anything, Viren is your daughter.
Huh? But yeah, I mean, I get that sentiment, but I just think they wanted a way to continue the show, I guess. And also, I mean, that part was kind of useless because I mean,
The,
Terry and all
I
those
will
other
not
people
watch
were all,
another daughter die. That part.
yeah,
Oh
like
my god.
save yourself, man. The dragons are lifting you up or some shit. Just save yourself. This reminds me of like some shit I heard in a plane. Like, don your own oxygen mask first, and help others. This man is helping everybody else other than himself. What is he doing? Is
Oh
there
my
no
god.
self-preservation?
Yeah, that's just so stupid. And I'm gonna circle back to the I will not watch another daughter die thing because it's just like that came so much out of left field. I feel like part of me just wants to rationalize it as, oh, he's trying to manipulate Claudia by making her be like, oh, he sees me as a daughter. I guess I should help him even more now. But like part of me is also like, nah, I don't think the writers would have thought of that after this season. I think they're just stupid.
The writers ain't smart enough for that. They Thomas. But I mean, like I get what you're saying, but like I also think he kind
No,
of
it's just
just,
like it feels so forced. It feels like
yeah,
they
like if
just,
the
the
season,
writers just thought of that line like in the middle of season 7, and they were like, "Oh, let's do that." But boss, there was nothing to set that up. So
like if the season was longer, then definitely, yeah, I could see where they were coming from. But they rushed it so much. It, it's so bad.
I swear to God,
Half
like
the
from
dialogue
season
doesn't make
6, they
sense.
fixed
Half the choices don't make sense, and then it's, yeah.
season 6 finally like got rid of so many of the pacing issues. Then God damn it, this
Season
season.
7 back to ruin the boat, ruin the
And
boat
at the
style.
end, it's just like um it's just like, oh, Claudia's motivations don't even make sense in this season. Is she just trying to find something evil to do? She's just like, oh, I'm evil now, better deal with it. And like, and none of the characters maintain any sense of complexity over this season. It's just like,
Like you can
oh my god.
describe their goals in a line.
Callum want Adavos to die. Rayla want Adavos to die. Ezrin want Adavos to die.
uh, yeah, like it's just we all want Daravos die, and then
I want
it,
this
it
show
just,
die.
oh my god. Like I'm holding out some hope that like this show will go forward and fix its shit, but I don't know.
No, no. See, the season 7 will be shit. No, season 8 will be shit. Season 9 will be like a masterpiece, and then season 10 will just be like Adavos and the writer fanfic.
Whoa. Man,
And
I
then
hope
like
it's
at
better than those Wattpad ones.
it'll be worse. That's it. That's the whole.
Shit.
Yeah, that's what it'll be.
Like I would rant more about this, but I have no notes. I'm just going off pure frustration right now.
Yeah, so I'll just bring up. Goddamn. I'll just. Okay. Dunan. Okay. I feel like the conflict that Ronan had was just so contrived. kind of,
Hmm.
because like it made sense, but like as the whole emotional core of a season, and then at the end they just make a mess. Like, oh, I feel like everything in the season was just contrived. It didn't make any, like, again, the Runan thing could have worked in concept, but again, execution, and the execution was absolute ass.
Like, I mean, I feel like this whole season was just writers us who were like, oh shit, yeah, this works great. And then it doesn't work great, but then they're like, oh shit, we don't have the time to fix this. Just put it out there.
Oh, and they're just like, oh, we got so much to do. Okay, another problem was that like, it took them like how many episodes? 5 episodes to just figure out. Oh, Adolphus is back. Shit. So that just like jump starts, and then like the final battle just kind of starts all of a sudden. It's just like, oh, we're like,
Like, I mean, oh shit, Arrowverse is back. Somebody get me. Oh wait, no. First, Callum goes into the woods, and then he's like, and then he has a schizophrenic breakdown. Like, oh my god, you're me, except you have black shit around your eyes. What's up with that? And it's like, I'm evil, you,
I am
but I'm
sleep
happy.
deprived, Callum.
Oh god. So just the whole thing just feels like a fever dream. Like Aravos is dancing around, and then Aravos isn't dancing around, and then Callum's dancing around, and then Callum isn't dancing around.
Oh my god, it's footloose.
It's it's just this season had so much potential. They could have just ended the show off over there, but no, they had to mess it up.
If
It
they
doesn't
had
make
made
sense.
okay, if they had made season 8 the real final season, just put season 7, season 8, make that the final season. Like season 7 ends on like a cliffhanger, and then season 8 picks it up immediately from where it ended instead of 7 years to the goddamn future. And then the end of season 8 is the end of the show. I would be happy with that, because that would fix a lot of the issues. Because like, again, good writing needs time to flourish,
Yeah,
and they pushed this out in the same year as season 6, so it did not have time to flourish.
yeah, that's true. I mean, I don't know if this is a problem with just me or like everybody else too, but the second you do a time skip, the goddamn second you do a time skip, I've lost interest in the show. I no longer know what the hell's going on. Like I've seen many shows like this, but the second they do a time skip, I'm like, what the hell is going on? And then sometimes the show isn't interesting enough for me to stick around and actually figure out what the hell is going on again. So I just leave.
But then you put season 4 in like 8 year, and that's the time skip.
Yeah, but I mean that the season 3 to season 4 time skip, if that was still okay, that was still like I mean the time skip, but I mean the show is interesting. Over here, it's
Oh
just
man, you would.
like 7 years. That's how much has changed in 7 years. How much is because like in 2 years, not much has changed. This guy became king. That guy became high mates. This guy got a new
Well,
haircut.
no, that is a pretty big change.
He got a new haircut. That's a big change.
Ezrin, he got a ponytail now. Big change.
Oh shit! Right. Speaking.
Soren looks way better now too.
Yeah, I mean they all just look older. They all just look
But
more matured. So I mean that's just that. You can
but
sum it up in a few
but,
lines.
but Soren, he's so cool.
And he has muscles. I
Yeah, he's literally just started, yeah, but number.
uh yeah, that
And with
that is
daddy
true.
issues,
Yeah.
and also
So
sister
basically just
issues,
me.
and mommy issues.
Oh my god, he has issues of every sort. We get it.
What
So
else
like it
happened in this goddamn season? It's like a traumatic memory that my head is trying to replay. Like, nope, that didn't happen.
uh,
Kareem's death was the only like enjoyable part of the season. It's just like squish, and I'm like, oh look, he died.
like I really thought that Aravos would say something funny or like not even funny, like something menacing. Like comparing them to bugs. hugs in his hand, or something, anything to make him a bit more fearful. But no, he just stands there like.
He's just like, oh yeah, come into my hat. He's like, yes, Adavos, I will join you, and we will be glory.
I'm not. I don't even know. Did they like run out of time? If they had less time, I'm like ninety
I'm
percent sure they would
actually,
have just.
I'm, I'm, I'm
Arabos would
pretty
have just been
happy.
standing there, T posing like this.
I'm pretty happy with how he died because it's just like he's so small. Adavos doesn't even have the energy to say anything to him. He's just like, uh huh, uh huh, uh huh, uh huh, uh huh. Yeah,
Pretty accurate. I guess our viewers don't have to watch that episode.
yeah.
You basically just
I
summed it
went
up.
so in depth. I
He
went so
crushed
in
it.
depth.
He crushed
I
it.
went so.
Crush.
I went so in depth.
And,
Yeah. Okay.
and I mean this show doesn't take time. It doesn't take any time to like mourn. I mean like this at the start, Harrow died. Right, there's like 3 seasons dedicated to that. That where this Callum and Ezrin and just can't get over that shit. Like, oh no, our father is dead.
Season two was when they found out, like halfway through season two, right? When they found out that Harrow died, and then
No, I
Ezra was
think
like, "Oh, he's dead." Anyway,
I definitely think they found out sooner. But like
no,
you
they
see
found out
what I
in
mean?
season two. I'm fairly certain.
They
Like
it
Ezra
took
at least found out in season two.
it took a while. Oh yeah, Ezrin found out in season 2. I think Callum found out before.
No, I think Claudia was the one who told him that he died. Our background.
I'm gonna have to rewatch that shit. But anyway, it like takes time to mourn, and like it has some repercussions. Over here, Kareem is dead. That guy is dead. Kill whoever you want. It doesn't matter. It
Oh,
just
then like
doesn't make sense.
Zubaya and Avazanam died. I don't even think this is a matter reaction. It's just like time skips, and and then Zim is just like a couple days later, he's just smiling and while Ezrin's talking to him.
It time skips like 2 weeks, I think, and then he's like, "Yippee! I'm happy now,
Oh,
and I
and
can
then
talk."
name. That was it's just like, oh, 2 weeks. Apparently, trauma is what he needed to be able to sound like Zuko.
I can't believe you keep bringing up Zuko.
It pains. I have no idea what to think about it. It's just like, oh my god! It's like the beginning of episode five was just an Avatar reference. Hello, Sarah here.
Oh
I'm not
my
gonna say
god.
how because it's spoilers. Adi, you should really watch Avatar. It's like one of the best shows I've ever watched.
I know I will, but like later.
It's
Yeah.
genuinely a masterpiece.
So like at this point, I don't. They just. So yeah,
I
I
don't
mean,
either.
it does. They don't take enough time to mourn, or they just move over. Like even in season 6 and season 7, and season 7 was supposed to end off right after the attack of Catullus. So Soren was supposed to be all cry and shit because his
No,
dad's
then
dead.
he just jumps into Soren's arm. I mean, Corvus's arms. He's just like, oh my god, it's Corvus. What's up, my bro?
Ex- exactly. It's like it hasn't even been like a week yet, and he's already moved on. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't.
Just like, oh, my dad is dead, who I had a complicated relationship with. My city has been burned down, but I don't give a shit. Corvus.
Yeah, I mean, they just don't show any other emotions properly other than happiness, I guess.
What else happened in this goddamn thing? Yeah, I think the main problem was like it spent too much time on shit that didn't matter. Like no, not shit that didn't matter. Yeah, okay, yeah, shit that didn't matter. And like, there's like a 3 minute Moonberry surprise segment where Callum just dancing around, and instead of like the time for setting up for okay, especially like the random characters who I don't give a shit about having their moments in the final battle that is like I don't know who you are. Like I know
Weekly
who you
updates you
are.
don't give a shit about. More like random characters you don't give a shit about.
Oh,
But yeah, I like I liked Rex Igneous a little bit.
it's like,
It just because of like how menacing he was. But other than that, it doesn't make sense. Like Zubea was basically the only lore we got was like she was basically a taxi he- for like season 4, 5, and 6. Like, hey, take me there. That's
okay, wait, my,
it.
my Uber should be arriving any second now, and then just like the biggest dash, like it just lands on top of your building, and it's like,
Yeah,
what's up, bro?
it's like that. It doesn't make sense.
No, it does not.
They like killed off the least influential characters.
Oh, and the goddamn city that Teddy named Everkind is that's just the corniest shit ever.
Oh my god! Like I get that this is a show mostly like aimed at children, but try not to make it so corny, please.
But you literally got a guy squished so hard that blood covered his murderer's finger. It was you can not call a city Everkind, please.
Oh my god! Yeah, call it blood hands or some shit.
Oh, we got this guy red-handed. Oh my god. Haha, it's funny. Laugh.
What the- But I mean, yeah, there's many glaring issues with this season and stuff that just would have passed us in previous seasons, but it's ever so apparent because it's like supposed to be the end of the show. So yeah.
Ronan and Atari are other characters we just don't give a shit about, but they got a big spotlight, and there's not enough to make me give a shit about them. It's just like at the beginning, it's like, oh, Ronan. At the beginning of the series, we got like 2 episodes with Ronan. Now he's stuck in a coin for 5 more seasons. Then season 6, he gets freed, and then all of a sudden, he's just like,
Oh yeah,
I
it's
don't.
Mr. Stuck in Coin. How are you doing? You got any stories to share from your time inside the coin? Yeah, it was coiny.
I have a theory for season like 8, 9, 10, whatever.
Yeah.
For the way they'll make a new body for Harrow is just using the final one of those quasar gems or whatever they're called. You know,
Ah, quasar crystals.
same shit. But
Same shit, different toilet. Like, so
there's people.
yeah.
There might be people who are like clicking on this for like a nuanced discussion, and then they see Ani going same shit, different toilet.
It's what keeps the viewers watching. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but like, okay, wait, what else? I wrote notes for this shit. Where are my notes? Uh,
Imber
Okay,
thoughts.
I did take notes, but I stopped after one note, and my one note is absolute shite.
I also took notes. Let me just share them real quick. Yeah, with the camera. Yeah, there you go. That's how I know. Yeah. I probably have to blur that out later on. But yeah,
Okay,
I mean,
okay,
it's
what
just
else? Okay, when then we get into plot, and again, it ended way too quickly. But like, yeah, it was so bad. It pained me. What else happened? That gun, Prince Chijin Chevin.
who. And I mean,
Yeah, it.
is it just me or did they make princess or is it Queen Anya? Did
Queen.
they make her way too big of a character this season?
Oh man, I didn't like her voice acting at all. That's all I thought about her.
Like I mean, it just yeah, I mean, it's a weird type of voice acting. It I hope you get what I mean with that sound.
I do.
Yeah, I hope the viewers get what I mean.
I mean, it's like it's fine because she was voiced by an actual child, but like Edgen's voice actress is also a child, so get some better children. Hey, I can criticize children. I am a children, so um,
Well, technically, I'm also a children, but like
you
weirder
don't look
than.
like it, no.
I can try. I can't, but
Grown
like
ass man and some 5-year-old.
so yeah, there's those are my thoughts. Unless that there's more stuff.
There's probably more stuff. I had so much to think about. None of the big moments hit at all. At all.
Yeah,
It's just like, oh, that just happened. Oh, that just happened. Oh, that just happened. Oh, wait, could something cool be happening? No, that just happened. That 500 times in a row this season. It's just like, oh. And like, oh, the destruction of Katalis was brushed off way too easily.
yeah.
It's just like, oh no, Katalis is dead. And then Soren, I mean, and then Callum and Soren just cry a bit. And then they're done. It's like, Ashen is kind of sad. And then
It's like, what are you doing? Be sad, asshole.
okay, you know what? Okay, I'm gonna no, the Nova Blade. Season 4, they're just trying to find a way to kill Adipose. Season 5, they find out about the Nova Blade. So they're like, oh, what about the Nova Blade? They all risk their lives to find out shit about the Nova Blade. Season 6, they go to a place that probably has a Nova Blade. They find out that the Nova Blade is practically useless because all it does is just kill them temporarily until their stars align again and then they can return. And then, goddamn, then and now season 7, Edwin's like, oh yeah, I got him. That's where the Nova Blade is, and then it does nothing. He just kind of comes charging in on Zim. It's like and then nothing happens with that.
Like, I mean, my problem is they had so many ways to kill him. They could have
Hmm.
just, they could have done that. They could have done this. They could have, I like Nova Blade, Callum. The dragons was probably the worst way to kill them. It just seemed weak. It seemed like they just wanted something like, ooh, oh, somebody's dead. I guess we better make a city with a corny name.
They don't have
Yeah.
they don't have the guts to just kill off a major character at all. It feels like because now
I
even
I I,
Harrow is back. Now even
I
have
mean
like, can you just let dead people be dead, please?
I mean, they didn't even have to kill off anybody with the Nova Blade. It's just like you
No,
didn't
not the
use
Nova Blade.
anything.
Not the Nova Blade. It's just like no one's dying. Like okay, it doesn't mean that like it has to be dead and someone has to die for there to be a good ending. But like you're gonna keep. I think it feels like they don't have the guts to really kill off anyone, which is kind of a shame.
Yeah, I mean, it's like a death adds a lot to a TV show,
But
but
not.
I mean,
But
not
they
having
don't. They
that.
won't kill anyone who matters.
Yeah, I mean, kill off the random side character. Who the hell cares
Oh
about
my
that?
god.
Ooh, look,
There was just
everybody
like
else
the
killed them.
whole like, oh no, Lou Jane is dying. Shit, Lou Jane, and she was there for like 2 episodes in the previous thing, and it's like, why should I care? Get on with it.
Like I forgot because like I haven't watched season. I haven't rewatched any of the seasons. I've just 4, 5, 6, and 7. But what the hell does Lu Jane even do? You just lose that
She saves them at the end of season 1. That's it.
at the end of season 1.
Mm-hmm.
I remember we were
Lou
talking about
Jane.
like Lu Jane. Yeah,
Yeah. And like oh season 2 she's just like she kind of just like hangs around for a bit and then we barely get I don't think we get anything from her except like at the end of season 5 season 6 and then that's it. I don't give a shit about this guy. Too much time was spent on characters no one gives a shit about.
just like we
And
spend too much time on weekly updates you don't give a shit about.
Not never
Go
enough time.
watch. Yeah, so I
What's
mean,
the best? Yeah, sir.
I get what you're saying, and it's just nobody gives a shit about them. Like you kill off this one meaningless character. There's this one character that's been here for maybe like 2 episodes that you gave like a, a candy to. No, not a candy. What the hell am I saying? Thing. One of those buns, right? Rex Igneous, you just gave him one of those buns. He spent like one entire episode just sleeping. I wish I could do that in this season.
I did. It's just like you watch the episode, and you're just like, oh, it's so bad that I'd rather die.
God. So
Oh,
like yeah,
season okay, episode three, the whole thing with the Sunfire. Okay, they just forgave her too quickly. They were all like at the beginning of the season, at the beginning of this arc, they were just like, "Oh, we hate Queen Janai actually, and also we really, really want her to die for some reason." And she's like, "Oh, she's weak," and now she's just like, "Oh, I forgive all of you. You are all free." And then they're just like, "Okay, we'll go along with you." Yippee! And it makes no sense because that's like the opposite of what they wanted. They thought she was being too weak, and then the second she gets like 500 prisoners of war who rebel against her, she's just like, "Okay, you're all free. You face no repercussions for your actions." Yippee!
like I mean, it's just weird. It's like after she says you're free, it's nobody else says anything other than Kareem, who's like, nope, I will burn you down, you asshole. Also, there's nothing. Everybody's just like, yep, guess we're free.
The
We're
whole
gonna go
now
now and never appear in the show again.
season four, no one ever liked the Sunfire Hells plotline. Season four, five, six, seven, season four, five, six. It's like, oh my god, can you just stop with this already? And now I'm just convinced. But I always thought like, okay, hopefully it'll reach somewhere. It'll do something significant. Nope, it's a useless.
Yippee! Uh, this it just feels so mind-numbingly dull. You could have given me like a summary of this shit and it would have been more interesting than what actually happened.
Yeah, pretty much.
Just like all of our
Rayla,
videos.
no.
Yeah, go on. Sorry for
Rayla was
interrupting.
just
Yeah.
so freaking boring in the season.
Like I mean, yeah, I have to protect you. I have to free Runan. I have to
What's
kick
that
Eren.
Scottish accent? I have to protect you. I don't know what that is.
Okay, you do it much better. God damn it.
I have to protect you, mate. Top of the morning to you, laddies. It's me, Jacksepticeye.
I think I can do a Spanish accent pretty well, but like Scottish is a no go. Yeah. Anyway,
Ay, despacito.
Despacito.
Let's stop.
Despacito. Todo risquear tu cuello despacito.
But yeah, I think that's all really.
Yeah,
But
that's all we have
it
right
was
now.
just absolute goddamn ass. It it made me want to kill myself. Because like this
Because it
show
was
has been
ass.
a paragon of inconsistency. The actual like paragon of inconsistency. Season one, okay, it's pretty good, but it's not great. Season two, much better. Season three, much better. Season four, as legit. Season five, much better. Season six, greatest season of the show. Season seven. So yeah, it's just like, why can't it just have consistently good seasons every time? Like, you have the guys who wrote Avatar, the seventh highest rated TV show of all time. Get good. That is it. We will be signing off. Adi, say bye bye.
Bye bye.
Bye. Spell you later.
Who's your